These people didn't do anything for 2.5 years. They should have been exposing this. But what am I doing? I'm fighting the deep state. I'm fighting the swamp. And I said I was doing it, and I'm exposing the swamp. I think if it keeps going the way I'm going, and Ratcliffe is fantastic, if it keeps going the way it's going, I have a chance to break the deep state.
Or they hop out with that chop, they yelling timber. It's 3 for 1s, I can't retreat, I can't surrender. They kick your door, they ain't gon' knock before they enter. Retaliation is a must, who gon' avenge us? When it's time to go to war, no, I'm gon' pop off. Cause Bill Gates play the type of games that get you knocked off. And I'm gon' say what I want, fuck if they feelin' me. They killed Corinne, but still ain't go get that bitch Hillary. And I ain't hiding in no cave, I ain't Osama. They touch Trump, then we sliding on Obama. Before we touch the battlefield, we bang the war drum. Heed the warning, motherfucker, these the war drums. And I can't fold, can't let them have me in no deep state. In a headshot, I have you in a deep state. The Jews sacrificing babies, yeah, it's really real. So make sure you save some semi-shells for Israel. Don't trust that nigga Akon, he tryna line us. When we done sliding through this bitch, we in China. Just let me know, please, when it's over for the politics. So I could bring the hitters back. 3 Ks for the KKK, Mac for a Democrat.
Bill Clinton. Nice guy. Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein. A lot of problems.
What's up, party people? That was Young Pharaoh with his new single, Deep State. And welcome to another show. This is the Who Asked You podcast. I am your host, Studio 2 Groovy. And today we're going to be talking about, this is a new show, you know, this is a new show, Wild World Review, where I'm going to just talk about all the current news, all the things that's been happening in the world. Now, my last episode, it got canceled. I had Kiss Cavalli on here. Global came in the building. Mama Global came, and we was just going too hard. I guess the information was just too raw. So YouTube does what it does best, and they censored the whole episode, took it. Like, you can't see it in the United States. Other countries can watch it for some reason, but United States, it cannot. So I'm still going to go hard, but hopefully they don't take this one down. Or maybe we'll just every week get it taken down. So we're going to just go through the articles, go through what's going on in the world, and then just expound on it. So let's just get started with the first article. Okay, continue. Okay, I don't know what the hell that was, but oh, it's not letting. I guess it's not trying to let me. Okay, I got something for that ass real quick. Sorry about this. Okay. So let's go to CBS News. Here we go. So Facebook bans QAnon pages, groups, and Instagram accounts. Facebook announced Tuesday that it will remove pages, groups, and Instagram accounts representing the conspiracy movement QAnon, racketing up the social media giant's stance against the group. Supporters of QAnon claim America is run by pedophiles and child sex traffickers, and the President Trump is the only person who can stop them. The group has been criticized for spreading misinformation and encouraging online abuse. Now, I'm going to stop right there because that is actually called yellow journalism, because they're sprinkling the truth within a lie. You know, it is true that QAnon is a group. that purports the belief that there are pedophiles and satanic people running the government, because that's what it is, you know? Like, we all know, like, if you're in the know and if you've done research or at least watch people who've done research, it's not rocket science. Like, we know what's going on. But let's continue. And I don't think anyone thinks like just President Trump is going to save the world. I think it's just his administration and the powers that be that is not in the loop of the cabal. That's what, you know. But anyways, let me continue. Starting today, we will remove any Facebook pages, groups, and Instagram accounts representing QAnon, even if they contain no violent content, the company said in a statement. Facebook did not specify what it means to represent QAnon in that statement, but the Associated Press reported that the platform will consider the name, biography, or about section, as well as any discussions that occur on the page, group, or Instagram account. The company said it began targeting QAnon on August 19th when it announced a set of measures designed to disrupt the ability of QAnon and militarized social movements to operate and organize on our platform. Let me stop right here. So why isn't Black Lives Matter in that list? What's good, Earth Goddess? Welcome. What about Antifa? What about all the KKK pages? What about the pedophile pages? What about all these anti-establishment satanic groups that openly display what they want? Why aren't they being banned? Why aren't they being censored? And I was arguing with some family members about this, okay? Shout out More Sense. I was arguing with some family members about this because I'm like, when you let a power that be control the narrative and what information puts out, then that means that they have the control of the minds of the people, because every person that is on that platform now will only be fed what Facebook, I'll just put that in quotations, want to be known. And that is a very, very, very slippery slope, okay? Very slippery. And I'm not understanding why somebody would applaud that, because it's begging for censorship. This is a draconian effort. This is a very, very, very draconian, Orwellian societal implementation. And somebody was trying to tell me that, okay, well, Facebook isn't the government and it's a privately owned company and whoop-de-wop. And I tried to tell him, like, yo, that don't make sense, because you can easily shut Facebook down by not getting on the motherfucker, because without people logging into Facebook, Facebook is nothing but useless code. And that's what people don't understand. Yeah, More Sense, they're censoring Facebook pages as we speak. I'm going to try to blow this page up so y'all can kind of read it better. Hopefully y'all can see that. Here, let me check back and see. Yeah, okay, y'all can see that. So I'm going to keep reading it. Well, actually, I'm going to keep this right here so y'all can read it. I'll be right back. I apologize. I have to do something. Okay, y'all, I'm back. All right, let's continue this article. Sorry about that. So since August 19th, it says Facebook removed 1,500 pages and groups for QAnon that contained discussions of potential violence and implemented other measures to limit the group's online reach. But Facebook said it now believes stronger action must be taken against QAnon, even in contexts where it is not discussing violence. While we've removed QAnon content that celebrates and supports violence, we've seen other QAnon content tied to different forms of real-world harm, including recent claims that the West Coast wildfires were started by certain groups, which diverted attention of local officials from fighting the fires and protecting the public. But that's the truth. We all know, or I hope everybody knows, that everybody knows that Antifa set those Californian fires. Like, it's not a conspiracy. It's not a mystery. Like, we all know that they did that. Like, it's documented that they did it. So they're literally telling you in a soft way that we are going to censor information that we don't want you to know, that we don't accept as the truth, even though it is the truth. It's like thought crimes. I don't know if you've ever read 1984, but they have this thing where it's like thought crimes where you get punished for thinking outside of what the government or powers that be tell you what it is. And that's definitely what they're trying to do. It says Facebook said it has begun. One second, please. Sorry. Okay. Let's continue. Facebook said it has also begun directing users who search for certain hashtags related to child safety to credible information about the subject to address QAnon supporters using the issue of child safety to recruit and organize. QAnon supporters have recently staged several Save Our Children demonstrations and have been accused of using the plight of trafficked children to recruit more followers. So once again, what about Black Lives Matter? What about Black Lives Matter using the plight of Black people to advance what they're trying to do? Because we all know that that's a communistic group. And if you don't know, please go back and watch one of my latest lectures where I break that down about how they're like a bunch of transgenders and lesbians who are trained in Marxism, who's running Black Lives Matter. So I'm not understanding it. I'm really not understanding it. I'm going to read a little bit more, then we're going to go to the next thing. Facebook is not alone. Twitter said in July that it will no longer serve content in the accounts associated with QAnon and trends and recommendations, and will block URLs associated with the group from being shared. The platform also said it will permanently suspend accounts that coordinate abuse or attempt to avoid suspension. It says, despite its fringe beliefs, the movement has gained political traction in recent years. According to liberal watchdog group Media Matters for America, 25 candidates on the ballot in November have endorsed or give credence to the conspiracy theory or promoted QAnon content. Now, we have to really break down conspiracy theory because that's like an action word that is used to dispel any credibility to some. Okay, let me look something up real quick. And please, as you come in, please like, share, and subscribe. I see that there's people sharing the content. I really, really appreciate that. Okay. Now I'm about to share this really quick. I just want to make a point. Hey, thank you, Crown G. Yeah, we 800 strong. We 800 strong these days. Okay, let me read this real quick. How CIA invented the term conspiracy theory to discredit you. How it all started, it seems that the conspiracy theory CIA brainchild was first revealed in a 1976 dispatch. The communication was marked Psych or CS, the Psych Abbreviation referred to psychological operations, or what is better known in the modern world as disinformation. Let me make this bigger because your boy blind. Okay. The CS was the abbreviation used for the clandestine services unit. Why was the dispatch sent out? According to Zero Hedge, it was generated in response to a Freedom of Information Act request by the New York Times in 1976. The dispatch first discussed how concerning this trend of requests was to the organization as well as the U.S. government. The missive went on to explain the purpose of the dispatch, which was to provide material countering and discrediting the claims of the conspiracy theorists so as to inhibit the circulation of such claims in other countries. This was followed by an explanation that the background information could be found in the classified section as well as unclassified documents attached to the dispatch. If there wasn't any discussion already taking place, then the question of it being a conspiracy wasn't to be brought up. Only where a discussion was underway was a conspiracy question to be inserted and used to create doubt. Okay, so let's break down how to insert conspiracy theories. The first directive was to discuss how this was a publicity problem with friendly elite contacts, especially politicians and editors. This directive was aimed at gaining the support needed to change the narrative into one of conspiracy. Instructions included pointing out a thorough investigation, official investigation of the relevant event was conducted as humanly possible. Critics' allegations are without serious foundation. We always read articles that say stuff like that. To continue, speculative discussion only helps the opposition. Point out also that parts of the conspiracy talk appear to be deliberately generated by propagandists. Just like they did when they said Trump, was supporting QAnon and all the other stuff. Urged them to use their influence to discourage unfounded and irresponsible speculation. Okay, now I'm about to read this. Critic attack strategy, and then we can go on. Oh, no, we just gonna rock with this. Hold on. The next step was to employ propaganda assets. The sole purpose of these assets was to refute anything the critics had to say. Some of the disturbing tactics included book reviews and feature articles are particularly appropriate for this purpose. Whenever applicable, the asset was to discredit by claiming the critic was wedded to theories adopted before the evidence was in. Critics were to be attacked as having political interest for their viewpoints. Another tactic was to claim the critic had a financial interest. Hydroxychloroquine, anyone remember that? Remember, that was one of the things that they were pushing, that Trump had investments into hydroxychloroquine, for CV. I'm going to call it CV. One way to discredit a critic was to claim they were hasty and inaccurate in their research, which people do to me all the time. And the icing on the discrediting cake was to claim that the critic was infatuated with their own theories. Attacks on the media. The dispatch also covered how to assault any writer or publication that disagreed with the official narrative. No significant new evidence has emerged which the commission did not consider. Critics usually overvalue particular items and ignore others. Critics value and emphasize recollections of individual witnesses. The dispatch explains how this can be used to elaborate. The witness testimony is less reliable and more divergent. Talking point that a conspiracy on a large scale often suggested it is impossible to hide with so many people involved and too expensive to pay informants to remain silent. That is like deniability, Point out that the intellectual pride of some critics entices them to connect with a theory. This fuels them to scoff at the commission because it does not always answer every question with a flat decision one way or another. It deflates charges of a commission rush job on the report by stating it came out 3 months after the original deadline. I want to say this. When you share, hold on, I want to look at y'all when I say this. If you notice, okay, if you notice when you share a Facebook article, they'll say this was posted. Let's say this was posted March 2020. Are you sure you want to share it? As if the time that it's been out means that it's less significant. Y'all got to pay attention to that kind of stuff because I do. I for sure do. But let's continue. Where am I at? Deflate charges of a commission. Oh, okay. Yep. Deflate charges of a commission rush job on the report by stating it came out 3 months after the original deadline. Blame commission spending up report on pressure of irresponsible speculation, as well as the same critics refusing to admit error and voicing new criticisms. Last, vague accusations can always be explained in some natural way. Now, this is the last one I'm going to read from this, but y'all can look this up. It's topsecretwriters.com. This is an article from 2018. Making it law. Perhaps the most troubling aspect of conspiracy theory initiative is how ingrained it is into U.S. law. Zero Hedge examined this in depth, discovering that judges are trained to look at conspiracy allegations as just another legal claim to be disproven or proven based on the specific evidence. Federal and all 50 states have codes that include statutes and punishments for anyone committing a conspiracy. And law schools teach conspiracy law as a fundamental legal concept. So you create the problem and you cure the problem by calling it a lie. So we just broke down what conspiracy. So next time somebody call you a conspiracy theorist, they wanna act like they're part of the CIA. That's basically what it is. They're caught in the deception, in the deception game. So let's go to the next article. We're going to be talking about Trump. Okay, so everybody knows that Trump recently said, okay, since y'all want to play, we're going to cut off all stimulus negotiations until after the election, right? Now, the mass media, the mainstream media says, oh, he's selfish and he only cares about himself and he's not gonna. Shout out Godmama, I just seen you in the building. He's selfish. He don't care about the American people. He just wants the election. He's gonna force the election. That's not what it is. It's because and I'm gonna read the article, but Democrats are trying to add on all these unnecessary additions to the bill when he simply just wants a standalone stimulus check bill. So let's read this article. Let me kind of blow it up for y'all. Okay, Trump says he would sign standalone stimulus check bill immediately. This was October 7, 2020. This was yesterday. President Trump said in a tweet Tuesday night that he would sign a standalone bill solely designed to give Americans a second round of $1,200 or $1,200 stimulus checks. If I am sent a standalone bill for stimulus checks, they will go out to our great people immediately. I am ready to sign right now. Are you listening? Nancy. He's talking about Nancy Pelosi. Let me see. Earlier on Tuesday, Trump said he had instructed his representatives to stop negotiating with Democrats for a new stimulus package until after the election. In the statement, Trump said he plans to pass a major stimulus bill if he is reelected on November 3rd. The announcement caused the Dow Jones Industrial Average to plummet. Former Vice President Joe Biden seized on the announcement, saying in a tweet, "Make no mistake, if you are out of work, if your business is closed, if your child's school is shut down, if you are seeing layoffs in your community, Donald Trump decided today that none of that matters to him." Trump accused House Speaker Nancy Pelosi of not negotiating in good faith and said he is rejecting the offer. Speaker Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin were set to talk again on Tuesday afternoon in hopes of striking a deal. Talks between Mnuchin, I guess, I don't know, and Pelosi have been closely held as of Tuesday. The two sides remain roughly $600 million apart. What was never at issue was stimulus checks. Both Pelosi and Mnuchin, I guess, said direct payments would be part of any approved package. In the past, Pelosi has rejected smaller targeted bills proposed by the GOP and bipartisan groups in favor of a sweeping mega deals. In late August, Pelosi rejected a stripped-down coronavirus relief bill supported by more than 100 House Democrats that will have reinstated the $600 a week unemployment benefits. Now, clearly, so far, this website is like non-biased because it's telling both sides. And people act like they don't know that, like, Pelosi is very, 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 very one-sided. She's trying to push the Democratic Party's agendas instead of worried about the American people, because they just said that she struck down, not only stripped down versions of the bill, but also $600 a week. I mean, excuse me, $600 unemployment checks. So every time you hear people say that Donald Trump is being selfish and he's not, and he wants lowered unemployment and all this other stuff, you see right here from this article that Pelosi is the one striking shit down. And people, and I've actually been called a right-wing podcast, and I don't think that because I'm a black man in America. And so Republicans and Democrats both have fucked like me and my ancestors over. So I'm not really either side. It's just I see what I see and I report what I report. And Joe Biden has been, I just want to put this out here before I continue. Joe Biden has been in politics for 47 years. And what has he done for black people? I'll let y'all ponder that. Pelosi maintained that Republicans would like to pass something like that and say, forget about funding priorities pushed by the Democrats. What did I just say? I didn't even read that part. And I just said that they have an agenda and that's what they're more worried about. In a statement Tuesday, Pelosi said the White House is in disarray and Trump showed his true colors by putting himself first at the expense of the country with the full complicity of the GOP members of Congress. Walking away from coronavirus talks demonstrates that President Trump, is unwilling to crush the virus, Pelosi said in a statement. Now, an idiot would be like, oh, yeah, that's true. But how can one man who's not signing a bill be responsible for a virus? Like, I'm not understanding that correlation. Like, that sounded real smart, probably to dumb people. So, well, how do y'all tell me in the comments real quick? How do y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about? Do y'all think Trump is wrong for that? Do y'all think that Trump should just cut off all ties with the negotiations and just say, write the damn bill that gives the American people $1,200 and move on? Because that's what I got. That's the consensus that I got from that article, is that that's what he wants to do. So while I start on the next article, please let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments. Next article. And I am so happy. Shout out Street Knowledge. I am so happy about this one. I'm happy about this one. This is so dope. Okay, so Netflix indicted on felony charges in Texas for cuties promoting lewd material of children. Okay, this was published October 6, 2020. This is from US Today. Netflix is now facing felony charges. I like saying that. For cuties, as backlash against the controversial French film heads to the legal arena. A Tyler County, Texas grand jury indicted the streaming giant on September 23rd for promoting the lewd visual material against the peace and dignity of the state. I like those words. The one-page indictment received by US Today states that Netflix promoted, distributed, and exhibited material that depicts the lewd exhibition of the genitals or pubic area of a clothed or partially clothed child who was younger than 18 years of age for the prurient interest in sex. The document also states that the film held no serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value. That's a motherfucking fact. It was porn. It was soft porn. Okay? They released a soft porn film. That's what Cuties was. Look, we couldn't even finish. When I was playing the trailer on this show, couldn't even finish the trailer. we got halfway through the trailer, and I'm like, okay, let's cut this shit off. Like it's gross. It was literally soft porn for kids. Like it was like really, really sick. And I really hope the guy who, did the auditions goes to prison as well, but we'll see. Netflix released Cuties, originally titled Nominate, I guess. I don't speak French. Last month, to strong national reaction, the French language film centers on 11-year-old Amy, who becomes a member of a dance group dubbed the Cuties. That little girl didn't look 11 to me either. She looked about 8 years old, I'm going to be honest. Two analytics companies that track Netflix subscribers reported in September that the streaming service saw an uptick in cancellations amid the controversy over the coming-of-age film, which some critics say sexualizes young children. Do they look 11 to y'all? I know what an 11-year-old looks like, and they don't look 11 to me. They look like 8 years old. Lucas Babin, Tyler County District Attorney, said in a statement posted on the office's official Facebook page that the summons were served on Netflix October 1st by Texas Rangers. The offense is a state jail felony, according to the statement. The legislators of this state believe promoting certain lewd material of children has destructive consequences, Babin said in a statement. If such material is distributed on a grand scale, isn't the need to prosecute more, not less? A grand jury in Tyler County found probable cause for this felony, and my job is to uphold the laws of this state and see that justice is done. Netflix says critics are missing the point of the film. Cuties is a social commentary against sexualization of young children. This charge is without merit, and we stand by the film. The fact that they're like digging their heels in is really, really sick. Okay. Senator Mike Lee, R. Utah, R is for Republican, said this week he was unsatisfied with Netflix's response to his letter, raising concerns about Cuties, and reiterated his call for the streaming platform to cease distribution of the film. I don't think there's a conversation that needs to be had. I don't really think there's a conversation need to be had. They need to knock on the producer's door, whoever made that decision, who was filming it, who made the costumes, who wrote the script. Everybody needs to be in prison right now. There's no conversation. If you can't get the French, get all the distributors of whoever brought this to Netflix and whoever approved this, whoever signed that paper and said, oh, this is dope, needs to be in jail, needs to be in prison. And then they'll be a cutie behind bars. That's just sick. Shout out Street Knowledge, because he was talking about this on his channel as well, about how a lot of these shows and a lot of these companies been on some sexual stuff. Like, I don't know if y'all remember Bad Grandpa, right? Remember at the end of the film where they had the little boy dress up as a little girl and be in the beauty pageant, and he did like a damn near strip tease for the judges or whatever, and then he ran away once his wig fell off. That is pedophilia. No matter how much, it's not entertainment, it's not comedy, it's not what they be trying to say, representation. It's none of that. It's pedophilia. Period. And there's no excuse for it. I don't care. Like nobody can change my opinion on that. It is and always will be pedophilia when you have kids dressed up, acting, or anything, even hidden jokes, like little sarcastic, little sexual stuff. That's pedophilia. I'm sorry. You're a weirdo and you need help. Like, that's just what it is. And speaking of children, I got another article for y'all. Okay, this is from Gateway Pundit. Huge U.S. Marshals Service announces rescue of more than 1,300 missing children, including victims of sex trafficking. Trump has doubled the number of rescues. This is from October 1st, 2020. While the FBI was out raiding conservatives at home in their sleep over the bogus Russia hoax, the U.S. Marshals were out rescuing missing children and children victims of sex trafficking. U.S. Marshals Service Director Donald Washington made the announcement on Thursday that the U.S. Marshals have rescued over 1,300 missing children since fiscal year 2016. Excuse me. The U.S. Marshals rescued more than 1,300 children in the United States, and each year since President Trump came into the office, the number of rescues has increased. Excuse me. And here's a little, I'm about to blow this up because this is like a dope diagram. And mind you, I don't care your political affiliation. It's about the kids. I don't care if you're Democrat. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care about none of that with this subject. Okay? When it comes to children, I don't care what line you are. This is important. 100 total recovered since, I don't know what FY is supposed to stand for. I think fiscal year 2016, 1,309, but that's 173. Yeah, I think it's fiscal year. 173 missing children recovered in 2016, 192 in 2017, 253 in 2018, 292 in 2019, and 375 so far as of 9/24. That's October 24th, 2020. That is dope. And I applaud the U.S. Marshals and everybody involved. Thank you. That is really dope. And I don't really like reading biased. I try not to read biased articles because I want opinions out of it and I just want the facts. But I thought that was pretty funny. It said, what about the Q movement? That's a conspiracy. I thought that was that was a little funny. So let's, I want to take a little music break before I get to the rest of the articles. I'm gonna play something that's really, really dope. Shout out Blue Regard. He just dropped a new project, and I was listening to it, and one of the songs is like really super dope. So I'm gonna play. As soon as I find it, I'm gonna play a song from him. I believe it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. Okay, so we're going to go on a quick music break. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And y'all can vibe a little bit, and then we're going to go back into it. So y'all enjoy Blue Regard's Renegade.
Like a stove, yeah.
But the diamond still froze, yeah.
Cushion got me moving slow, yeah.
But I'm still in control, yeah.
This ain't coming from the store, yeah.
Took it from him, he a hoe, yeah.
Bring it back cause I'm a pro, yeah.
On my buzz, it's a light, yeah. Blick on my lap. I do not lack. These niggas cap. These niggas act.
Nah, a nigga head smooth off. Fist that cuff so the too tall. Blowing reefer, I'm a rude boy. Gangsta group call me schoolboy.
Sipping on act.
Run up, get tapped, smack, splat.
Smoking on big thrax, pack.
Thumbing through big racks, jack.
I don't know you get taxed.
Coming where I'm from, you cannot lack.
These niggas playing off wax.
Lil' buddy blue with the verbal attack. You rapping too, but I heard you was whack. Came out of school and protected the flag. So they was fool and cat my ass. Learn how to move and how to get cash.
I'll be on drugs when I'm all in the party. I'll be sticked up when I'm all in the party. I'll be clicked up when I'm all in the party. Real playboy, I ain't talking about Cardi.
Hit your own leg on head. Leave a nigga holy, and all red. Boy, start stolen, palms all red. I can tell a future, get your palm red.
My shit deleted, that freestyle had kicked in. Niggas can't freestyle cause that should be fiction. Heard he got robbed and that he went missing. These nigga pussy, they always think dissing.
I like a stove, yeah.
But the diamond still froze, yeah.
Cushion got me moving slow, yeah.
But I'm still in control, yeah.
This ain't coming from the store, yeah.
Took it from him, he a hoe, yeah.
Bring it back cause I'm a pro, yeah.
On my buzz, it's a light, yeah. Lick on my lap. I do not lack. These niggas cap. These niggas act.
Knock a nigga head smooth off. Fisted cuff so the two talk. Blowing reefer, I'm a rude boy. Gangsta group call me schoolboy.
My bad. That's big hand problems. But that was Blue Regard with Renegade. So let me, boom. Okay, that's better. All right, let's get back into it. Let me see what we'll be talking about. Oh, this isn't funny, but I ain't gonna lie. I kind of thought I kind of giggled at this a little bit. Well, not a little bit. I kind of, it was funny to me. I'm not gonna lie. So what y'all looking at is U.S. prison guards in hot water after forcing inmates to listen to Baby Shark on loop while handcuffed. And there's a video. Now this was posted yesterday, okay, October 7th. 3 former prison employees from Oklahoma, United States. Hold on, let me make this big so y'all can see it. Damn, I ain't mean to make it that big. Hold on. Okay, there we go. 3 former prison employees from Oklahoma, United States were slapped with criminal charges after they handcuffed inmates and forced them to listen to the viral children's song Baby Shark on repeat. The New York Times reported that ex-detention officers Christian Miles and Gregory Butler, both 21, had committed the offense on 5 inmates separately on at least 5 occasions in November and December last year at the Oklahoma County Jail. An affidavit stated that Miles and Butler would punish an inmate by bringing him into an empty attorney visitation room before handcuffing him against the wall. An internal investigation preceding the criminal charges found that the inmate will be forced to stand for as long as 2 hours while Miles and Butler blared Baby Shark from a computer. Now, the reason why I'm laughing is because I find this song to be highly annoying. And I've always hated this song too. So to think that that was used as like a torturing tactic is like, it's very confirming for me. So I'm gonna play it. Hopefully, they don't copyright my shit, but I'm gonna play it. Okay, just to remind y'all how annoying this could be for like 2 damn hours.
Ping pong. Ping pong.
Let me skip ahead.
Mommy shark do 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 do. Mommy shark do 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 do. Mommy shark do 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 do.
Hold on, let me
Mommy shark.
Let me stop this though. Picture. Hey, just bear with me, okay? Picture being chained up and you can't go nowhere, and this song is just playing over and over and over again, dog. Like I would have to hurt somebody if this if this shit was playing over and over again.
Daddy shark, daddy shark, daddy shark.
Like,
Grandma shark do 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 do. Grandma shark do do.
like I could not deal. I cannot deal. So let's see what they're being charged with. Hopefully y'all heard that, because I was playing it. I was definitely playing it. But Miles later told investigators that the song reflected an inside joke between him and Butler. The duo further added to the prisoner's suffering by dragging one of them out of bed into the room at 2 a.m., followed by another at 3 a.m. Dang. Butler and their former supervisor, Christopher Hendershot, 50, were charged at the Oklahoma County District Court on Monday with cruelty to prisoners, corporal punishment to an inmate, and conspiracy. Hendershot reportedly knew that Miles and Butler were carrying out the musical torture, but did nothing to stop it. Oklahoma County District Attorney David Prater describes the baby shark punishment as cruel and inhumane, adding that it put undue emotional stress on the inmates who were most likely already suffering. I suffer when I listen to that, okay? So I get it. Like, I don't need much imagination to believe that shit. Prater said that Miles and Butler possessed a long history of mistreatment and were the subjects of numerous inmate complaints throughout their career. While the use of a children's song for punishment might seem like a comical act, sonic torture has a dark history of being wielded by prison authorities to corner people into submission. A 2008 report by The Guardian states that inmates in Guantanamo Bay were forced to listen to Metallica's Enter Sandman on loop, while D-Side's F Your God has been used by the American military to psychologically torture prisoners in Iraq. Hey, I know about psychological torture, so Big Strong, what? You say it's not that bad. Hey, I'm with you, Herb Goddess. I cannot deal. Shout out Yosef in the building. Yo, it is torture, yo. I can't do it. I can't even do 10 minutes. I can't do the whole song. You seen I stopped it. I can't do it. That song is like that song is annoying, man. That song is like past annoying. But let me see what else. Yeah, let's talk about this right here. This is nuts. Okay, now, before anybody say that this is like a joke or conspiracy or not real, this is actually law.com. Okay? This is law.com. New Jersey Law Journal. So I don't want to hear that it's fake. Non-binary man sues. I hate when they come up with these terms. It's a man. It's a man. It does not non-binary man. It's a man. A man sues Amazon for pregnancy discrimination. Yes, I'm going to say that again. A man sues Amazon for pregnancy discrimination. The suit presents a rarely seen combination with claims of pregnancy discrimination and gender identity discrimination by a plaintiff identifying as male. Excuse me. This happened October 5th, 2020. I'm about to make this big so y'all can read with me. Some stuff you just can't make up, yo. Some stuff you just cannot make up. Amazon faces a discrimination claim from a non-binary warehouse worker identifying as male. He's a man. So the correct sentence would be Amazon faces a discrimination claim from a man who says he was harassed after announcing his pregnancy. That's it. That's it. Oh man, they want me to become a member, but I'm about to look it up on a different page. Man sues Amazon for pregnancy discrimination. This is so funny. And yes, I use DuckDuckGo, and I think everybody should use DuckDuckGo. Okay. So transgender man in New Jersey sues Amazon for pregnancy discrimination. He claims, he filed a federal discrimination lawsuit claiming he was harassed and demoted after disclosing he was pregnant to a supervisor in the Mercer County warehouse where he worked. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. Sean Simmons, 40, who was a process assistant for the online giant in the Princeton South Corporate Center in Ewing, claims in court papers he told his boss in June 2019 that he was pregnant. The next day, a coworker approached Simmons and congratulated him on his pregnancy. Soon after, another coworker came up to Simmons as he tried to enter the men's room and stated, "Aren't you pregnant?" The suit states. Around the same time, supervisors began criticizing Simmons for his work performance, according to the complaint. First filed last month in Mercer County Superior Court before being moved Monday to U.S. District Court in Trenton. Okay, let me... This is not funny, okay, but I'm on, because, okay, if he wins this case, right, all BS aside, if he wins this case, that gives validity to men trying to say that they can have okay, how can I put this? If he wins this case, that means that they can legally start teaching that men can have periods, men like men has menstruation, and men can get pregnant, and they can't. Men don't have ovaries. Okay, we have balls. Okay, our balls dropped, so we cannot produce babies. I'm sorry. Hey, shout out Big Strong. I appreciate that, yo. If you have not subscribed yet, please do. And welcome. But yeah, oh my God, that is a slippery slope. This man said, "I'm pregnant." He said, "I'm pregnant, B." All right, let me finish reading this. When Simmons complained to Human Resources that his pregnancy disclosure had not been kept confidential, that he'd been harassed, Human Resources sent him home and placed him on paid leave. Eventually, Simmons was transferred to another facility in Burlington to a lesser job of item picker. The new position required... Hold on. What the hell? Wait. The new position requires Simmons to lift heavy items like bags of dog food, and he developed pain in his abdomen. Okay. I'm sorry. Yo. He just being lazy. He said, "My stomach hurt. I'm pregnant. I can't lift stuff." This is nuts. This is a slap in the face. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on one second. This is a slap in the face to all women. I don't care what race you are. This is a slap in the face to all natural born women, okay? Like, this is crazy. He said Simmons claims he provided Amazon supervisors with a doctor's note that restricted him from lifting heavy items due to his pregnancy. After turning in the note, Amazon supervisors told Simmons in September 2019 that he would be placed on unpaid leave pending the birth of his child. Nigga, you're fired. Yo, they said, oh, I got something for you. You want to play games? You want to play pregnancy games? Okay. Come back when your child is born, my nigga. They said, I got you, fam. You can have all the rest you want. As soon as that baby pop out, you can come back. That is hilarious. Whoo, that is hilarious. In addition, a previous offer of a promotion at a different Amazon facility was rescinded. Simmons claims all of the alleged harassment at Amazon came from men, and that members of upper management participated in the harassment or were willfully indifferent. The suit accuses Amazon of gender identity and discrimination and harassment based on pregnancy. Simmons seeks reinstatement to his job, back pay, and compensatory and punitive damages. Amazon spokeswoman did not comment. Excuse me. I'm not about to read the rest. This is nuts. If he wins that, that is crazy. Like, ain't no way he gonna get rid. He said, I can't pick up boxes because I'm pregnant. Yo, who would even think to try to get that one off though? That's a bold nigga, dog. That's a bold nigga. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Nah. You know what? Fuck it. That's a bold nigga, dog. Would y'all, like, any heterosexual male wouldn't, but do y'all know somebody that you think would try that though? Like, think of the laziest schemingest nigga you know. Do you think they would try that? Because that's a bold move. I'm pregnant, so I cannot pick up these boxes. That is crazy. That is nuts. He said, I'm pregnant, dog. They was like, okay, I got you. As soon as you had this baby, then you can come back. And that'll be the fifth and never. Yo, hold on. I gotta show this comment. Crowd G says, I'm gonna try this tomorrow at work, see how far I get. Yo, you let me know. You let me know what happens. Oh my man, that's crazy. He said, I'm pregnant. Sheesh. That's one for the books. All right, I got a couple more for y'all, and then we gonna head on out of here. Mind you, you're watching Wild World Review, okay? This is the newest show right here where I'm just gonna break down all the shit that's been going on in the world, and we're gonna expound on it. Oh man, that's crazy. So, your boy, the Democratic Party's finest, Joe Biden is the subject of an active federal criminal investigation. October 7th, 2020. The latest report suggests that Joe Biden has been subjected to an active federal criminal investigation. One moment, please. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Man, that pregnancy thing still got me going. But anyways, the latest report suggests that Joe Biden has been subjected to an active federal criminal investigation. A criminal investigation is being conducted regarding his role in the counterintelligence investigation. The counterintelligence investigation was directed towards the Trump campaign during the 2016 presidential elections. This also includes the former vice president's activities undertaken during his tenure in Ukraine. So it's not a fucking conspiracy. Once again, it's not a conspiracy. Joe Biden subjected to federal investigation. The federal investigation uncovered that there are 100 contacts between the Trump campaign advisors during the 2016 elections and individuals affiliated with the Russian government. Reports suggest that Ukrainian witnesses are cooperating in this federal investigation. No official authorities have confirmed this report yet. It was posted by Paul Sperry on Twitter. Paul is a former DC borough chief for Investors Business Daily. He has written several books and is an acclaimed conspiracy theorist. He tweeted the following: breaking, Joe Biden is the subject of an active federal criminal investigation into his role in the counterintelligence investigation directed at the Trump campaign during the 2016 election, including the former vice president's activities in Ukraine. Ukrainian witnesses are cooperating. This report was welcomed by Trump supporters who have disagreed with much of Biden's manifesto. One user, well, that doesn't matter what. Come on. Let me skip that because that's stupid. Biden's actions in Ukraine called into question. Paul Sperry posted the following tweet on Tuesday. House investigators have now joined the Senate in requesting the FBI open a criminal investigation into possible foreign influence peddling and embezzlement involving Joe Biden and his younger brother and son based on suspicious financial activities flagged by the U.S. Treasury. President Trump accused Biden, Hillary, and Obama in their activities leading up to a treasonous plot on Wednesday. That's just what it is. So what do y'all think? Is this further evidence that the swamp is being drained, or do you think that this is like people talking in circles? You let me know. Y'all let me know. Do y'all think that the swamp right now is being drained, or are these investigative articles and things of that nature is just talking? Y'all let me know as I go to the next article. And then we're going to go to like, let me see. Okay. Declassified CIA documents reveal Brennan briefed Obama on Clinton's plan to tie Trump to Russia. Obama name just being everything, don't it? October 6, 2020. Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe on Tuesday declassified documents revealing that former CIA Director John Brennan had briefed former President Obama on Hillary Clinton's plan to tie then-candidate Donald Trump to Russia as a means of distracting the public from her use of a private email server. Excuse me. I'm going to sit that right there. Because I know during all of that, the whole presidential lead up to him being elected and after, Russia this, Russia that. Oh, it's a conspiracy. It's a lie that the Democrats tried to plan it on him. Oh, those emails don't matter. They're lying on Clinton. All that shit was happening. All that shit was being stirred in the pot during the elections, during the first elections. I remember specifically from my own brain. So that is nuts. That is like, that's some deep clarification right there. Like, that's crazy. So that means, in the simplest terms, there is evidence that they lied about Trump being tied with Russia to distract people from her emails that she deleted. That is highly, highly important. Ratcliffe declassified 2 items, 2 pages of Brendan's handwritten notes taken after he briefed Obama on intelligence the CIA received, and a CIA memo that showed the CIA referred the matter to the FBI for potential further investigation. Most of Brendan's handwritten notes are redacted. However, the unredacted portions say we're gaining additional insight into Russia's activities. From blank. Cite alleged approval by Hillary Clinton on July 26th of a proposal from one of her foreign policy advisors to vilify Donald Trump by stirring up a scandal claiming interference by the Russian security forces. He wrote, an intelligence official said on the background about the revelation, the American people deserve to see how the Obama-Biden White House and their appointees at DOJ and CIA politicize our work, because many of them are trying to regain power now. We just want to keep the American people safe. It's what we spend every waking hour focusing on. We don't want to go back to our important work being abused as a political weapon of the Democrats. The rest of Brendan's notes appear to be linked to different Obama administration officials, possibly of what they said or what it followed up action on. Excuse me, that's a mouthful. In the left margin, he wrote POTUS, and to the right, he then made 3 bulletin notes. 2 are redacted, but one said any evidence of collaboration between Trump campaign plus Russia. He then wrote JC in the left margin, a likely reference to then FBI Director James Comey, and took 4 additional bulleted notes on the right, all of which are redacted. He drew another line with no additional name for 1 bulleted note that is redacted. Another line was drawn, and below that, in the left margin, he wrote Dennis, likely in reference to then White House Chief of Staff Dennis McDonough, and added 1 redacted note. He drew another line, and below it in the left margin wrote Susan, likely then National Security Advisor Susan Rice. To the right, he added 5 bulleted notes and put an asterisk by one of the notes. All of the notes are redacted. Real Clear Investigations journalist Paul Sperry tweeted on Monday evening that the Clinton foreign policy advisor who allegedly proposed vilifying Trump is Jake Sullivan, who is now a top Biden campaign aide. Sperry said Clinton gave her approval to Sullivan's plan on July 26, 2016, just 4 days before the FBI opened its probe of the Trump campaign. The CIA memo Ratcliffe declassified is dated September 27, 2016, for then FBI Director James Comey, but addressed to the attention of Peter Strozak, then FBI Deputy Assistant Director for Operations Branch 1, Counterintelligence Division for potential further investigation. It said, redacted per FBI verbal request, CIA provides the below examples of information the Crossfire Hurricane Fusion Cell has gleaned to date. Source revealing information redacted. An exchange discussing U.S. presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's approval of a plan concerning U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump and Russian hackers hampering U.S. elections as a means of distracting the public from her use of a private email server. According to open sources, Guccifer 2.0 is an individual or group of hackers whom U.S. officials believe is tied to Russian intelligence services. Also, per open sources, Guccifer 2.0 claimed credit for hacking the Democratic National Committee DNC this year. The CIA likely referred to the matter to the FBI since it was related to its ongoing Crossfire Hurricane investigation, and only the FBI can conduct domestic investigations. Last week, Comey testified to the Senate that he did not remember any such information, despite him overseeing the investigation. There is no evidence that the FBI ever investigated Clinton for any such proposal, nor were any members of Congress informed of the intelligence obtained by the CIA. So long story short, the Democratic Party's hands got caught in the cookie jar. Pretty much. Like, they keep redacting documents, but actually Trump was talking about putting out information that was unredacted in its totality. So let's keep a lookout on that. And I got one more article to show, and then we can end the show. I appreciate everybody watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, this is Wild World Review. We're going to be doing this every week, and it's going to be fire. It's going to be dope. So this is the last one, and this just happened actually today. So let's get into it. Plot to kidnap Michigan governor thwarted, militia members arrested. 13 people, including 7 men associated with the Wolverine Watchmen militia group, have been arrested in a sweeping takedown of plots to kidnap the Michigan governor, attack the state capitol building, and incite violence. The group aimed to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer, a Democrat who has traded bars with Republican President Donald Trump over her response to the coronavirus pandemic ahead of the November 3rd presidential election, according to a criminal complaint. Now, this is very important because she has been a real totalitarian, okay? Let me bring up something real quick. Because I'm not making an excuse for the militia group. But I'm just trying to show y'all the type of person she is. Let me mute this. Okay, so I'm going to finish reading this and I'm going to show y'all one more article to just show y'all what she did. But anyways, at one point, the alleged plotters discussed recruiting a force of 200 to storm the state capitol in Lansing and take hostages, but later abandoned the plan in favor of surveilling and kidnapping Whitmer at her vacation home. The complaint said at a news conference, Whitmer accused Trump of encouraging extremist groups like the Sick and Deprived Men that targeted her, citing his failure to condemn white supremacists at the recent U.S. presidential debate against Joe Biden as an example. When our leaders meet with, encourage, and fraternize with domestic terrorists, they legitimize their actions, and they are complicit, Whitmer said. White House Press Secretary Kylie McEnany pushed back at her remarks, saying Trump has condemned all forms of hate. Governor Whitmer is sowing division by making these outlandish allegations. I agree. Internal U.S. security memos in recent months have warned that violent domestic extremists could pose a threat to election-related targets, a concern exuberated by the coronavirus pandemic, political tensions, civil unrest, and foreign disinformation campaigns. FBI Director Christopher Wray, I cannot say that, Ray, whatever, said during congressional hearings in September that his agency was conducting investigations into violent domestic extremists, including white supremacists and anti-fascist groups. Ray said the largest chunk of investigations were into white supremacist groups. So, let me see if there's any other valuable information in this. No, not really. Oh, well, they're called the Wolverine Watchmen if you want to look more into it. I have to do something, so I'm going to end this really quick. Let me just show you this last article, and then I'm going to put some new music, play some new music, and then we're going to end this. So this is what Whitmer was doing to sow people's disdain for her. Let's be fair with it. Michigan Supreme Court rules against Whitmer on emergency powers, but effect unclear. This article was put out October 2nd by Detroit Free Press. The Michigan Supreme Court issued a split decision late Friday that ruled against Governor Gretchen Whitmer in a battle over her power to extend emergency declarations used to mandate COVID-19 restrictions over the last 5 months. The court's opinion throws into question dozens of orders issued by Whitmer related to the coronavirus pandemic, appearing to void them. At the same time, however, since the decision came as a response to questions submitted by a federal judge and not as part of a state case before it, wasn't immediately clear what would happen next or when it would take effect. Whitmer issued a statement denouncing the decision. Today's Supreme Court ruling, handed down by a narrow majority of Republican justices, is deeply disappointing, and I vehemently disagree with the court's interpretation of the Michigan Constitution. Of course you would. Excuse me. Right now, every state and the federal government have some form of declared emergency. With this decision, Michigan will become the sole outlier at a time when the Upper Peninsula is experiencing rates of COVID infection not seen in our state since April. Whitmer also said in her statement that the ruling would not take effect for at least 21 days, which is the usual length of time a party to a case has to ask the court to reconsider a decision, though it wasn't clear whether that applied in this case or not. Whitmer added that during the time her orders retain the force of law, no it doesn't, and that even after that, many other responsive measures I have put in place to control the spread of the virus will continue under alternative sources of authority that were not at issue in today's ruling. So let me break that down in layman's terms. She said, I don't care that I was illegally forcing people to do what they don't want to do. I'm still going to find other ways to implement the things that were wrong that I was doing. So fuck your ruling. I'm going to do what I want to do. And this is why people don't like Gretchen. And this is why people want her out of her position, because she doesn't care about the law. She's power hungry and she's against what the people want. So I am going to end this live. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I am going to play one of the Gods and Young Pharaoh's newest songs. And this song goes, okay? They killed this, all right? It's called Business, and I hope y'all enjoy. And y'all have a good night. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Remove that. I'm going to
Okay. Yup. Okay. It's time. Y'all ain't ready for this. Okay. Did you hear what I just said? Okay. Yeah.
Never let them in your business, but every now and show the growth. Be the body on the pill. My nigga never took an oath. Lil' baby say she like to drill. She wanna know if she can serve. Her friends all in our business. We ain't fucking, but we flirt.
What? We ain't fucking, but we flirting. Hit my phone, it's emergence. Cutting to him like a surgeon. Woo! He ain't care where it's urgent. Switching lanes like a derby skirt. Then I pass through swerving. You ain't never seen nothing like this, little nigga. You learned it. I ain't never ever went this hard before, little nigga. I'm working. I might have to preach to you for a little minute, nigga. This service. I don't do this shit for the fame. I do it for the love, cause you worth it. Let a nigga talk dumb in this bitch. My niggas get to acting the surgeons. What? Get to acting of what? Fuck! My niggas pack with the punch. Yo, my niggas tackling dunk. What? My niggas actually cut. Yo, my niggas packing them blunt stuff. COD packing a punch. Yup, COD packing your lunch. Huh? Eat this. Give me all the cheese, no deep dish. Had to show them something like peep this. All my niggas, they been on the run, no sweet shit. More like a mob or a mafia 3-6. We head to the top, it's a steep dip. Dreads with the locks, see the rocks, it's a steep clip. Pharaoh in the gossip. It's our time, nigga, we here. It's our time, nigga, we here. Get it.
Never let them in your business, but every now and show the growth. Leave the body on a pill. My nigga never took an oath. Little baby say she like to drill. She wanna know if she can serve. Her friends all in our business. We ain't fucking, but we flirt. I don't do this for the fame. On some real, I want revenge. My niggas really put it in. They ever snitch, I kill my friends. Don't let this kind of shit fool you. How I get a nigga out of here? Now I ain't Martin Luther King. I would've got them crackers out of here. She say she really like to drip. I told her we can make it work. Her friends all in our business. We ain't fucking, but we flirt. I heard he selling out the pig. That's gonna get a nigga murdered. And I'd rather go to hell just to never go to church. Keep them people out your business. You know this world full of evil. They say the Lord knows all, but I don't trust that nigga either. It's still fuck the Queen of England. Bitch, you owe us every tax. 100 can drug money. You wasn't paying no taxes. A couple thousand that you killed. You shooters late, we gotta tax them. I'm moving pro se in the court. My lawyer later had to tax them. If I don't like the hand dealt, I'ma make them redeal it. Too much love will make you weak. That's why you let them in your business.